Hey everyone, welcome to the channel, and get ready for a wild ride because today we're cranking up the spooky vibes and taking a trip to Hollywood, but not for the red carpet. We're diving into the shadowy side of fame and fortune, where the glitz and glamour meets things that go bump in the night. We're talking about celebrity ghost stories, those spine-tingling encounters with the paranormal that left even the biggest stars a little shaken. From haunted houses to eerie apparitions, these A-listers have stories that'll make you want to sleep with the lights on. We're talking about some of your favorite actors, singers, and musicians who swear they've come face to face with the supernatural. So, are you ready to hear about 10 celebrities who've had ghostly encounters? Buckle up, because you're in for a scream. Let's get started. Let's kick things off with everyone's favorite internet boyfriend, Keanu Reeves. He's known for playing characters who can handle just about anything. Demons, assassins, you name it. But even Keanu has a spooky story that'll give you chills. Picture this: little Keanu, just a kid, hanging out at his childhood home in New York City. He's with his nanny, just going about their day, when suddenly, they both see something totally out of this world. Right there in the middle of the room, a man's jacket appears, seemingly floating in midair. There's no body inside, no logical explanation. It's just there, suspended in the air like it's defying gravity. Now, I don't know about you, but seeing a disembodied jacket just casually hanging out would definitely freak me out. And Keanu, well, he's never forgotten that day. It seems like even Neo from The Matrix can get spooked by a good ghost story. Next up, we've got Miley Cyrus, the queen of pop transformation. From Hannah Montana to her more recent rock-inspired era, she's never been afraid to push boundaries. But did you know she's also had some seriously creepy experiences in the paranormal world? During her time living it up in London, Miley rented an apartment that turned out to be anything but ordinary. It wasn't long before strange things started happening, things that couldn't be explained away so easily. Miley reported seeing the ghost of a little boy multiple times while staying in the apartment. But it wasn't just her. Her family members also claimed to have witnessed some seriously strange occurrences. It seems like this ghost had a thing for freaking out the whole Cyrus clan. We're talking faucets turning on by themselves in the middle of the night, objects moving mysteriously, and an overall feeling of unease. It was enough to make Miley and her family hightail it out of that haunted flat. Who could blame them? All right, we're moving on to our next spooky celebrity encounter with the one and only Ariana Grande. Ariana decided to visit Stull Cemetery in Kansas while on tour. It's known as one of the most haunted places in America, said to be a gateway to hell. Ariana felt an overwhelming sense of dread, like something evil was watching her. Her phone started glitching, the battery drained fast, and the camera wouldn't work. Talk about spooky. Ariana felt a presence trying to communicate with her. She even claims to have captured strange images on her phone. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd be hightailing it out of there. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's something seriously eerie about that cemetery. Next up, we're diving into the world of Hollywood royalty, with actress Kate Hudson, who, believe it or not, has had her fair share of spooky encounters. Now, Kate's not just seen one ghost in her lifetime. Oh no, she claims to have seen multiple spirits. And it seems like this ability to sense the supernatural runs in the family. One of Kate's most vivid memories involves seeing a ghostly figure without a face. Can you imagine seeing that? No face, just a blank space where the features should be. It's enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Kate describes feeling a mix of fear and fascination, and honestly, I can totally relate. Now, this next part is where it gets really interesting. Kate's mother, The legendary Goldie Hawn has also shared her own paranormal experiences. It seems like seeing ghosts is a bit of a family tradition for the Hudsons. Goldie has talked about feeling presences in her home and even witnessing objects moving on their own. Talk about a talented family. So, what do we make of Kate's ghostly encounters? Is it a gift, a curse, or maybe just a heightened sense of awareness? Whatever it is, it's clear that Kate and her family have had experiences that go beyond the realm of the ordinary. And who knows, maybe one day they'll share even more of their spine-tingling stories with us. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this next story is a real showstopper. We're talking about Lady Gaga, the queen of pop herself, and her chilling encounter with a ghost named Ryan. Now, Gaga's known for her extravagant performances and bold personality, but even she was left shaken by this paranormal experience. Imagine this. You're on a whirlwind world tour, performing for thousands of screaming fans every night. But there's just one problem. You're being followed by a ghost. That's exactly what happened to Gaga when she encountered a spirit named Ryan. She even claimed that Ryan was following her around on tour, appearing backstage and even in her dressing room. Now, Gaga's no stranger to the unusual, but this was too much, even for her. She was so freaked out that she actually hired a team of paranormal investigators to try and communicate with Ryan and hopefully convince him to move on. I mean, can you blame her? Sharing your space with a ghost isn't exactly ideal, especially when you're trying to focus on a world tour. The paranormal team spent days investigating Gaga's tour venues and even held seances to try and contact Ryan. They used all sorts of gadgets and gizmos, trying to capture evidence of his presence. While we don't know all the details of what went down, we do know that Gaga eventually claimed to have said goodbye to Ryan. All right, we're moving on to our sixth celebrity encounter, and this time we're heading down south with the one and only Matthew McConaughey. Now, you know Matthew for his charm, his good looks, and those incredible acting chops. But did you know he once lived in a haunted house? Oh yeah, this story's got it all. Matthew's spooky roommate was a ghost he called Madame Blue. Imagine sharing your living space with a spirit. At first, Matthew was a little freaked out. Who wouldn't be, right? There were strange noises, things moving around, the whole 9 yards. It sounds like something straight out of one of his movies. But here's the kicker, you guys. Instead of packing his bags and running for the hills, Matthew decided to stick it out. He actually started feeling comfortable with Madame Blue around. Can you believe that? He said they eventually made peace, and he felt like they were cohabiting. Maybe Madame Blue was a fan of his work. Who knows? Maybe she was drawn to his Oscar-winning performance in Dallas Buyers Club. Whatever the reason, it seems Matthew McConaughey has a way of charming everyone, even the ghosts. Next up on our spooky celebrity countdown, we've got a story that's a little bit shocking, a little bit mysterious, and definitely unforgettable. We're talking about the incredibly talented and stunning Lucy Liu. Now, Lucy's known for her fierce roles in movies like Charlie's Angels and Kill Bill, but nothing could prepare her for her own real-life paranormal encounter. Get ready for this one, because Lucy claims she had a, well, intimate experience with a ghost. Yes, you heard that right. It happened in her bedroom, and, according to Lucy, it was unlike anything she'd ever experienced before. Now, we don't want to give away too much here, but Lucy described the encounter as pleasant and even spiritual. It's definitely a side of Lucy we've never seen before, but hey, everyone's entitled to their privacy, even when it comes to ghostly encounters, right? This story just goes to show you never know what's lurking in the shadows, or, in this case, under the sheets. Who knew ghosts could be so, well, forward? Leave it to Lucy Liu to have a paranormal experience that's both intriguing and a little bit scandalous. Hold on to your seats, folks, because our next story is downright terrifying. We're talking about the beautiful and talented Jessica Alba, who, believe it or not, had a truly frightening experience with the paranormal as a child. Imagine being a kid, tucked safely in your bed, only to be woken up by something unexplainable. That's exactly what happened to young Jessica. She says she was lying in bed one night when she suddenly felt a heavy pressure on her body. She couldn't move, couldn't speak, and she knew something was terribly wrong. It was like something was holding her down, and she felt completely helpless. Jessica described the feeling as terrifying, like she was being attacked by an unseen force. Can you imagine the fear she must have felt? It's the stuff of nightmares. Understandably, her family was completely freaked out by the experience. They didn't waste any time getting out of that house. They packed their bags and moved shortly after, and Jessica says she never experienced anything like it again. Talk about a close call. It seems even ghosts know better than to mess with Jessica Alba. Alright, we're moving on to number 9 on our list of celebrity ghost stories, and this one's a real head-scratcher. It involves Kesha, a haunted house, and an experience that's, well, a little bit personal. You know Kesha, she's not one to shy away from the unconventional, but this story takes things to a whole new level. So, picture this. Kesha's staying in this old, spooky house. You know, the kind, creaky floorboards, flickering lights, that sort of vibe. And she's there alone, probably writing some hit song when things start to get a little weird. Now, Kesha's been pretty tight-lipped about the specifics, but she's hinted that while she was in that house, she had a, shall we say, intimate encounter with a ghost. Yes, you heard that right. A ghost. Now, we don't know all the details, and frankly, we're not sure we want to. But Kesha's adamant that this ghostly rendezvous actually happened. I mean, who are we to argue? The girl's got a knack for the supernatural, remember TikTok? So there you have it, Kesha's close encounter of the ghostly kind. It's enough to make you sleep with the lights on, right? But hey, maybe some ghosts are just misunderstood. Or maybe they're just big Kesha fans. Either way, it's a story that'll make you think twice the next time you're home alone. Hold on to your hats, folks, because our next celebrity ghost story takes us all the way back to Demi Lovato's childhood home in Texas. Now, we all know Demi's got a powerful voice, but it turns out she's got a sixth sense, too. From a young age, Demi and her family believed their house was haunted by the ghost of a young girl named Emily. Now, before you start picturing something out of a horror movie, this wasn't your typical scary ghost story. According to Demi, Emily was a friendly ghost, almost like an imaginary friend, but real. She was playful, sometimes mischievous, and seemed to take a special liking to Demi's younger sister. Can you imagine growing up with a ghost playmate? Demi has shared stories about Emily moving things around the house, giggling in the hallways, and even interacting with her family members. While some might find it creepy, Demi seems to cherish the memories of her childhood with Emily. It's like something straight out of a heartwarming Disney movie, right? So there you have it, Demi Lovato's heartwarming, and maybe just a little bit spooky, experience with a friendly ghost named Emily. It just goes to show, not all ghosts are out to scare you. Some might just want to play hide and seek. And there you have it, folks. 10 celebrities who have had some truly eerie experiences. From ghostly figures to unexplained encounters, these stories are enough to send shivers down your spine. We've heard about childhood memories, haunted houses, and even some otherworldly romances. Who knew the world of Hollywood could be so haunted? Do you believe in ghosts? Let us know in the comments below. Maybe you've had your own brush with the supernatural. We'd love to hear about it. And hey, if you're ever feeling brave, maybe you can try contacting one of these celebrity ghosts yourself. Just don't say we didn't warn you. If you enjoy these videos, why not watch the next one coming right up now?